I am breaking generational curses in being able to be a father and deal with my children the way that I do.
It's the Self Care for Success show. Meet your certified life and book coach, Joanne Dean.
Greetings and welcome to the show. Today's guest is Minister Daryl Dawson. He is a husband, a father, and the founder of Ashe. His mission is to provide an alternative approach to traditional medicine and healing. He is loved and cherished in his community. Please help me welcome Minister Dawson to the show.
Greetings, greetings, greetings.
Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with me today.
Of course, anytime.
It is a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here as well.
Let me start with, how are you?
Ooh, how am I? I am trying to be peace at the moment. I have some external things that I'm dealing with, like everyone, but I'm centered, I'm grounded, and I'm trying to be peace.
Okay. I like that honesty
Yes.
and transparency.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Minister Dawson.
Wow. Who is Minister Dawson? Minister Dawson is a minister of what I call Black Sciences. So Black Sciences is a culmination of many things. So it is divination, it is herbology, it is astrology, it is all of the sciences that we have. It's also dealing with crystals and energy healing. All of the totality of all of that is what I call Black Sciences. My root is in Ifa and Voodoo. That's how I came up. But I consider myself a minister of Black Sciences. I'm a healer. That's what I'm here for.
Let's talk a little bit about what has inspired your journey. We are in your beautiful store here.
Well, thank you.
So I would love to know, how did you arrive here?
I'll give you a I will give you a piece. So my story is a deep one because I've always known that I was a priest from a young boy, but I never moved forward. I was an altar boy. I came up Catholic. I went to Catholic school my entire life. I hung out with the priest. I saw different things within within congregation and things of that sort. And from there, I was hesitant. I was like, these men don't get married. They don't have children. I said, maybe I'm not a priest. So I left it alone. This is when I went to, this was around high school time. I left it alone. I was like, maybe I'm not. Let me go deal and do what I want to do. Live, I'm a young man. Let me do me. I went to college, and still, same thing. Little magical experiences happened to me. They continue to happen to me, but I kind of shunned them off. Not really. I thought about things like they were coincidence and things of that sort. It wasn't until my senior year in college where me and my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time, but she got pregnant. And I was 21 years old. She had graduated. My wife is a year older than me. She had graduated. She was living in D.C., Maryland area. And we were told that we knew we were having a boy. We were told that there were some complications in utero. So we went to the doctor, Johns Hopkins University, and they told us, they said, your son or the baby has what's called dysplastic kidney disease or dysplasia. And this is before, she was about maybe, how many months was she? She was about maybe 6 months, not even, between 5 and 6, I think. And they said, what we're gonna do, it's incompatible with life. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this needle, stick it into your stomach. It will penetrate the baby's heart, stop his heart from beating, and she would have to deliver the deceased baby. So me at 21, I was like, no, 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 no. I said, that doesn't sound right to me. That sounds crazy. We came together. We decided to have the baby. Beautiful experience. In the delivery room, people were praying as he came through. People we didn't even know. Doctors from everywhere. Nurses. It was wonderful. Long story short, my son, his name is Drew Markel Dawson. He went on dialysis at the age of 3 months, and the doctors had no answers for me. None whatsoever. They had either dialysis or kidney transplant, and none of those are a cure. Those are Band-Aids. Me, I told you, I've always known I was spiritually inclined. I was a priest. I said, no, this doesn't sound right. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I sought other things. Mm-hmm. And in seeking the healing for my son in different ways, that's how I became. That was my first steps into black sciences. Learning how herbs work with the body. Understanding how crystals and things affect your vibration. Learning the art of divination and things of that sort. I sat in front of a Babalao at the time. Shout out to Master Ra. He was a student of Baba Ipega. I sat in front of him and he did his reading, and at that moment, everything changed in my life. I said, wow. I said, this is the type of priest that I am, because I had never seen that before in my life. And I was told in that reading that my son was here to bring me back to who I am.
I just got chills.
To bring me back. So yes, that is why Drew Markel Dawson, my baby boy, is the reason I sit here.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Very powerful.
Ashe.
Very powerful. Talk a little bit about fatherhood. I know that was your son, but you currently have 3 daughters.
I have 3 baby girls. Yes, not baby, they're big, but they're my babies.
They're your babies. Talk a little bit about your experience as a father and what it means to you to father girls.
Wow. So being a father to me is one of the greatest blessings in life. I'm able to not only sculpt and mold my children, but they teach me too. They kind of mold. I'm doing the molding, but they are doing a sort of molding in a sense as well. So having my son on earth was one thing. I was able to I was a young father too. I was in my 20s. I was able to understand fatherhood a little bit and get a gist of how things go. But my girls, they touch my heart. Not to say that Drew did not, but it's a difference. They make me a little bit softer. They allow me to understand women's perspectives a little bit better. And they touch me in a place that no one else can touch me. No one else can. Not my mother, not my wife. They touch me in a place where no one else can touch me or reach me. So I'm grateful for that, because as a man, you know, man. But they're able to like get in and daddy, boom, and touch me right there, and it's like, oh wow, okay, yes, I see it. I'm grateful for being a father. I think it's one of the best gifts that the Creator could give. And I'm thankful. My initials are actually Dad, D-A-D.
Oh, wow.
And my father was not a prominent figure in my life. So me being able to do this is kind of clearing up some ancestors. So my father's father, my father doesn't even know his father. On his birth certificate, it's blank. He doesn't even know who his father is. My father had my father's a man just like me. He's a priest, but instead of dealing with the black sciences this way, he dealt with it through drugs and different things. So he has a little bit of a dark side to him. I'm a junior. My father's initials are Dad as well. I'm able to do it a different way, so I feel blessed.
I love that. So in breaking generational curses, being a father to your children, but also being a father in this community, how do you carve out time to take care of you?
You can ask Mrs. Dawson. I do not. I'm working on it. Self-care is so important, especially with the type of work that I do. So self-care is extremely important. So what I've been changing up now is I go for walks daily. Like after I get out of here, after I get off, I go for a walk in nature. That kind of calms me down and keeps me grounded. I've been doing massage therapy, which is wonderful. I do saunas. Saunas are like a detox. So it helps you to like detox all of the things from the day, from the week, and things of that sort. And my number one is my spiritual baths. I need it. I can't go a week without doing a spirit. I need it. So those are my key go-tos: the walks in nature, the sauna, the massage, and the spiritual bath. That's how I'm attempting to do self-care at the moment.
That's a great attempt. Because like you said, with the work that you do, with the pouring out, it's critical that you replenish yourself every day so that you can still be available to serve.
Sure. One of my elders and teachers told me when you do readings, it's like when you do a whole bunch of readings, it's like wearing a coat. You take on the energy of the other individual, so you have to cleanse. You have to like take it off sometimes. You can't keep that, else it'll weigh you down.
That's interesting, because what came up immediately for me as a social worker, I remember working in the field and going from house to house, and I was introduced to this young lady who was a foster parent, and she pulled me on the side and she said, I need you to start wearing a covering while you're out in the field doing this work.
You must. If not, it will latch on to you. You gotta shake it off. You gotta get it off of you.
Yeah, that's and right. I appreciated her for telling me that.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, because this work is heavy lifting.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about how you want to be known or remembered in your community.
So I have an affirmation that I say on a daily basis, and it is I am a well-respected man who lives life on his own terms and uses his gifts and connection with spirit to heal and to help. That's it in a nutshell. I'm heavy on respect. I'm heavy on living life. Like I hate shackles. I used to have another store beside. This store is named Ashe. My first store in North Lake Mall was named Freedom. Freedom Specialty Gifts. Nothing I hate more than someone telling me what to do, shackles, things of that sort. Why? Because it doesn't allow me to live the way that I need to live. I signed a contract to be here. We were talking about this earlier. I signed my contract does not allow for oppression. So that I want to be remembered as being free, and what I do, I'm a Hugan, I'm a minister, I'm a priest. So I provide the way for others to. That's my mission, to basically create the space for healing. So that's what I'd like to be remembered, being able to create that space for healing. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I love that. And what you said is critical. When we're not free to be, it restricts us from operating fully in our gift.
In our gift and in our purpose.
Yes.
It binds you.
Yeah.
No binding.
Yeah.
No.
And as we were talking about off camera, that's when it shows up as dis-ease in our body, because our body is resisting what it naturally knows to do.
Ashe, you said it wonderfully. That is correct. That is what disease is.
Wow. So what advice would you have for someone that is living shackled?
You are not living fully when you are living under oppression. I don't take anything away from my ancestors. I know that was a different time in which, slavery was prominent, and we lived in a different way. But when you let someone control not just your body, but your spirit, nothing good will come of that. Your body's one thing. They can try to control the physical and all that, but the spirit is your essence. The spirit is who you are. You cannot, don't allow anyone to break your spirit. If you're living in bondage, my first piece of advice to you truly would be to find that which is binding you and break it. Whatever it is. If it's a person, if it's a thing, if it's an idea, whatever that thing is that is binding you, seek it out, find it, identify it, and break it. Because you won't be able to live your full purpose in bondage. It's impossible. It pushes spirit down, it suppresses it, and it's no good. That would be my first piece of advice: to locate it, find it, and break it.
I guess that's why they say the cemetery is the richest place. Because we leave here carrying so much we were supposed to leave behind and use.
So I have a saying that nobody leaves here untouched, unscarred, and that's true. But being touched is one thing. Being oppressed is something different. That freedom is key, and it's not just free to do any and everything you want, because there are laws in the universe. You can't just do anything, but you need to be able to express your spirit, your calling, your purpose to the fullest, and you can't do that under someone else's or some other thing's foot. You can't.
Is there anything you would like to share that I didn't ask?
Ooh. Let me think. That's deep. Is there anything that I would like to share that you didn't ask? I only know to answer what's I'm a library, basically, and it's what you check out. I don't want to overspill, but the message that's coming to me is, because it is around Father's Day time with fathers and things of that sort, is to fathers step up, protect your families, don't feel like you can't be vulnerable as men. Don't feel that you can't be vulnerable. but stand in your authority and stand in your truth, because more fathers are needed right now. We don't need we don't need baby daddy. We don't need none of that nonsense, ignorant way of living. We don't need that. We need fathers who are going to protect and be and love and serve their families. That's what's needed right now. That's and I'm not talking down to anyone or anything like that, but in my culture, God is the physical manifestation of God on this planet is man, woman, child, the sacred Trinity. They say that it's, what do they say? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but where's the female element in that? We say man, woman, and child, or husband, wife, and child. That is the physical manifestation. That is God. That is God on the planet. So if we're missing one, if we're missing that father and that husband figure, we're out of balance. So that would be my what I want to share. Man, woman, and child. Be fathers.
Thank you so much for that. How can our listeners connect, follow, support you?
You can follow us on Instagram, Ashe, at Ashe Holistic Shop. Holistic is spelled with a W, so WH. And we do that because, again, mind, body, spirit, the totality. You can follow us on our website is Ashe, A-S-E, holisticshop.com. Again, holistic with a W. And you can come into the shop. We are here in Conyers. What's our address? 1815 Highway 138, Suite 300, Conyers, Georgia, 30013. That is us.
Minister Dawson, it has been an honor as always to converse with you. Thank you so much for your time today. I know that something you said would touch the heart and impact the life of someone that we would never know about. I appreciate you for this conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Blessed.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate the love and support of this channel. I'm your self-care sister, and you be well. Take care.